Hi, welcome to the Accountant Guy. Today we are going to discuss how we can track our personal finances using the setup that we have developed in Notion over here. Essentially, in this tracker, we have three sections. The first is we can specify our net worth target that we have set for the entire financial year over here. Then we have an account section where you can specify the different accounts under income, expenses, and assets and liabilities, as we can see over here, along with the opening balances and also the bifurcation of the payment frequency and on the category of each. Then we have a summary section which shows the entire finances in one glance. So here in the finance view, we have all the different accounts specified under income, expenses, asset or liabilities, along with the contribution of each. After that, we have a debt section which shows all the debt payments that are upcoming in the time to come or that have been paid in the past. So under each of the debt section, we can see that when is the next payment due and when the payment has been made in the past, along with the total debt and the debt paid so far. Then we have a budget section where we can set a budget for the estimated income and the expenses we have in our hand. Then we have a savings section where we can put all our savings that are associated to our personal finances, and we can keep a track of this. Then we have a bill section which shows the bills that are upcoming in the future or the bills that have been paid in the past. Again, this can be modified as per your own requirement. Then we have a subscription section which follows the same principles as discussed under debt and bills. So here also we have, along with everything, we have a subscription status active and the payment date as well put over here. And finally, we have a net worth section which gives total overview of the net worth that have been achieved so far and how much we are lagging behind. After all this, we have a transaction section where we will be feeding all the transactions related to income, expenses, asset or liabilities, which will be affecting everything that we discussed so far. So let's get started discussing this one by one, and I'll help you along. So I'll be discussing everything starting from how you can track your income and expenses till the valuation of the net worth. So if you want to jump to a specific section of the discussion, you can follow the timestamp in the description below and you can navigate further to understand better. So let's get started discussing about how you can track your income and expenses under the finances overview. So in order to start tracking your income and expenses in this personal finance tracker, first of all, we need to navigate to the account section under the get started view. Over here, you will find all the income that are associated to your personal finances as well as the expenses associated to your personal finances. So like under income, you can find salary and side hustle account over here. Under expenses, we have like groceries, utility bills and Netflix. So in order to add a new income over here or even to modify the existing income, you can simply click on this edit button and it will open the modification panel. So you can just select this and you can modify as per your wish or to whatever account you want to set. So I'm just keeping it back as it was earlier. Or if you want to add new income and expenses, you just need to click on this new button and it will open up a completely new account setup for you. Okay. So this is how you can set up a new account under the income and expenses. This is the first step that we need to follow over here. Now one thing to note over here is that when you are setting up an expenses, you have like options of classifying the expense as per your requirements. So let's say some of my expenses are bills, so I've classified expenses as bills over here, like for groceries or utility bills, and some of the expenses like Netflix are falling under subscriptions, so I've classified them as subscription. And then you can also set a payment frequency or how frequently you're expecting to pay something. So like my utility bills are under a monthly payment frequencies, that means I'm paying my utility bills every month. And similarly for, let's say, for subscription, you can click over here and you can select any kind of payment frequency as you want. So let's say there is a subscription which is being paid on annual basis, so you can select annually and it will automatically update the frequency to annually. Okay, so whenever you are creating a new account, you are given an option to type the name of the account and then you can specify any opening balance for the account. So income and expense do not have any opening balance, so you can ignore this for the time being. Then you can classify as per your own requirement. So if once you click over here, like I have specified 4 different classifications as per my requirement, so you can classify this as per your own requirement. So we have like bills, savings, subscription and debt. So for bills, we'll put it under bills classification. For subscription, we'll put it under subscriptions classification. We'll cover debt and savings under the respective discussions. We can ignore this for time being. And then we have a payment frequency, so you can select this and you can choose any kind of payment frequency that you are putting for the specific expense. So this is how you can set up your accounts. So next thing, once you have set up your accounts, we need to head over to the transactions view in order to start putting the transactions related to income and expenses. So let's explore that further. So once we have specified the necessary accounts under income and expenses, we are going to understand how we are going to put in the transactions under the transactions view. So before going further to the income and expense view, I just want to explain that we have got 5 views over here. First is the all view, which specifies all kind of transactions that we have. So it may be an asset, liability, income and expense. So this is like a complete view for all the different categories that we have over here. And then we have respective category to put our transactions under each head. So let's say if we want to book a transaction under income, we'll just navigate to the income section, and then we can click on this new. Then it opens up a new transaction window. So you can just click on this date field and select any date as per your wish. So I'm going to select, let's say I'm going to select September 6. Okay. So once you select a different month than the current month, you can see that it automatically bifurcates the transaction as per the different months. And this is listed as per the descending order. This means later the month it will appear on the top. Okay. So we have like September month on top. Then we can put some description. So let's say I'm putting this as salary income, just to help you along. And in the category it's already an income, as we know salary is an income. And in the account you can just click over here and you can feed in the necessary account related to salary. So for the salary, I'll just type in salary and it will automatically show me my salary account which I've set up earlier. I've just selected this. Then we have got the payment mode. So payment mode is how you're going to receive the money or how you're going to pay the money. So as an income, in case of income, we are receiving the money. So we can select bank or cash, whatever mode of payment we are going to receive for this income. So I'm just selecting bank over here. You can select either of both the options. And transaction type is like whether the money is coming to your account or whether the money is going out of your account. Since it's an income transaction, we're going to select inflow since the money is coming into your account. So this is the inflow type of transaction. So I've selected inflow. Then we're going to specify the amount for the salary. So let's say I'm going to specify $500 for this. So this is how you're going to create a transaction for a specific head. Now this was under income. Similarly, you can follow this exact same approach under expense, except you are going to specify the transaction type as outflow, since the money is going out of your account for a specific expense. And again, you can choose any mode of payment from bank or cash, and you can specify the necessary account as illustrated over here. So this is how you're going to put details under transactions under income and expense. Now I will show you how you're going to track all this information under the summary overview. So let's check the summary section. So now we have put in the transactions related to income and expenses, and we are going to track our income and expense under the summary view. So under the summary, you can go to the finances view over here. Once you click on this, you will have all the different classification of different accounts under the 4 different heads. So like under income, we have got salary and side hustle, and this reflects the total amount of income that we have earned till now from the transactions that we have put earlier. And we have like a bifurcation of total income percentage of each of the income that we have specified. The similar principle follows for expenses as well. It shows the total expenses at one glance and the bifurcation of each head of income, bifurcation of each head of expenses to the total expenses. So just to give a quick overview, like under the income part, we have like, let's say the side hustle income as 150 plus 1800, so it represents $1950. So you can see the similar thing represented over here. And for the salary as well, we have got like 850 plus 500, so this is 1350 that is being reflected over here. So as soon as you change any figure, it quickly updates the same on the top. So let's say I'm just changing it to 1000. So now salary should come as 1000 plus 850, so it is 1850. So it is reflecting on top over here. Again, the percentages are updated as it is. So this is how you can track our income and expenses under the finances section. So now we're going to explore more about what we can grab from this personal finance tracker. So in order to track your debt payments, we need to first go to the account section under the get started view, and then we need to navigate to the liabilities part, as debt are all the liabilities. So we need to navigate to this section. As you can see, I have specified some debt all in advance over here. If you want to add a new debt, so you can just click on this new button and you can start putting the name of the debt, and you can specify any opening balance for the debt that we are going to specify. And then we can put any classification over here. So once you click on this, you will find 4 different classifications. Then you can select debt from here, as it is a debt related account that you're going to enter. So you can select debt from here, and then you can put a payment frequency. So like all the debts that are specified over here have a monthly payment frequency. So I've put monthly over here. So once you click on this payment frequency, you'll find all the options of different frequencies that we have in hand. So you can select any of this as per your wish. If you want to edit any existing debt that you have already added, the process is really simple. You just need to click on this pencil icon and it will open the edit window for you, and you can simply tap on this and you can edit the options whatever you wish to edit. So this is how you are going to set up the different debt accounts under the account section in get started view. Now we're going to understand how we're going to feed in transactions for the debt payments, and we're going to explore more on this. Now we're going to explore how we are going to enter the transactions related to debt payments. So for this we need to head over to the liability section under the transactions. So we need to click on liability over here, and here you can see all the debt related payments that we have on hand plus other liabilities that we might have created. So let's say I'm going to repay my home loan payment for the month of September. So I'm going to click on new over here, and then I'm going to select the date from here. So I'm going to, let's say, select any date from September. So I'm selecting September 13. As soon as I select this, you can see that it is already bifurcating the all the transactions as for different months. So the later the month, it will appear on the top over here, and then I'll select the necessary account of what I'm going to repay. So I'm just selecting home loan as an example. So let's say I'm selecting home loan, and then I'm going to select how I'm going to repay this money. So I'm going to pay this money from a bank account. So I'm selecting bank. Then we have a transaction type, as we're going to pay the money for this home loan. So money is going out of our bank account. So this is an outflow transaction. Had the money been coming into our account, then it would have been inflow. So in this case, we'll select outflow over here, and then we can simply put the amount for the payment. So I'm just typing in $100 over here. So as soon as you put this, your home loan total amount will be updated from the repayment amount. So just one quick note, if you are obtaining a new loan, that is, you are taking a new loan in, so what we are going to do is we are going to change from this outflow to inflow. Okay, so in that case we are taking more money from into our loan account, so we are adding the loan account. Okay, but if you are repaying any loan, you can select outflow over here, and prior to that, when you are creating a new account under the loan, you can also add the necessary opening balance for that. So as you can see that under the account section, I have added opening balance of $100 for this home loan. So this $100 was the opening balance, and then I have also added more loan that is in the inflow transaction. So this is $700. So 700 plus 100 becomes $800, and then we have paid $300, so that becomes $500, and also we have made a payment over here just now. So this in total becomes $400. So that is what is being reflected over here. So this is how you can set up your loan related transactions, and you can track your loan related details in the debt section. So now we're going to understand more how we are going to track under the specific debt section dedicated to this. This was a view under the finances. So this gives a quick overview of the loan amounts and how much of each loan is contributing towards total liability. Now I'm going to see how we are going to track specific details about the debt payments. Let's explore further. So now we are going to look into how we can keep a track of all the debt payments that we have done. So under the summary section, we have this debt view, which where you can find all the related debt payments that you have done so far. So I've got two views over here. One is the upcoming payments and one is the past payments. Upcoming payments are those payments which are due in the future in correspondence to the current date. So like in the upcoming payments, we can see that we have got a car loan which is due on September 29, and then we have got home loan which is due on October 13. So these are the payment dates of these two loans in the future. And similarly, in the past payment, we can see that there is a payment made in July 14. Okay, so if you remember, for the credit card, we had set the period of the payment for credit card as monthly. As you can see, credit card is set as monthly period of payment, and this shows that the last payment was done on July 14. Now today's date is 30th of August, so this means we have not made any payment in the month of August. So this is kind of a reflection if you have missed out on any payment. So if you see anything in the past payment section, be sure to check out whether the payment date that is reflecting is correct or not. So in this case, it is reflecting July 14. So if you will check on the liability side, and if you see all the payments that have been done, you can see that the last payment that was done for credit card was on July 14. Okay, and that is the reason it is reflecting under the past payment. So nothing has been done in the month of August. So if we just quickly change this date to something in the month of August, now it will quickly reflect under upcoming payments, because it reads from this database and it sees that okay, in August 24 the credit card payment has been done, so the next payment that will be due is on September 24. Okay, so today's date is 30th of August, so it will now show under upcoming payment section. As you can see, it is showing September 24. Besides this, the amount above the payment date is the total loan amount that you have taken, which is a summation of the opening balance plus any additional loan that you have taken for this year. And then we have got a total repayment that is being displayed in percentage and the amount that has been paid so far. So this is how you can read the date payment summary in the upcoming payments and the past payments in reference to all the payments that you have done. Besides this, if you want to change the look of and feel of how you want to see this debt view, you can simply go to this three dot and click on this layout. Here you can click on any kind of layout that you want to have. Let's say I want to have a listicle layout where I want to see the list of all the loans. I'll select list over here and it immediately puts the loan in a listicle format. Okay, and then you can simply go to the properties section and enable all the desired properties that you want to see. So I'm just quickly enabling few properties to give an idea what I want to say. So I'm just enable the total amount that has been paid and the repayment in percentage. So this is a completely different look. Besides this, we have another look as well which might suit your needs. So let's say I'm changing it to gallery form of view. So this puts the entire loan in a gallery format. So we'll quickly disable this card preview to none, and now you have an entirely different view over here. So it all depends on how you are feeling comfortable and how you want to make it suitable for your use. So I'm just reverting all the changes that I have done so far. So I'll put it on the board view, and this group by I will change to payment status. So I'll just quickly change it to payment status, and I'll hide any empty columns over here. And for the sorting, I will select manual. So why I'm selecting manual is I want to see the upcoming payments at first, and then I want to see the past payments. So this is how you can check the debt payments over here, and you can get a quick overview of all the debt payments. Now let's move on to the other sections and discuss further. Now we're going to understand how we are going to track for budgeting for our personal finances. So this is really simple. As we have understood earlier, like we can put in all our transactions related to income and expenses that we just discussed earlier. Once we do all of this, then we can come to the summary view, and under this we can click on budget. So this shows all the expenses outlined for you and as well as the income. If you see over here, we have like all the total amount of expenses that we incurred so far, and then it reflects how much of these expenses are as a percentage of the total budgeted amount that we had set. So let's say for Netflix we have incurred an expense of $120, and this is 80% of $150, which was the budget amount. If you want to change the budget amount, just click on this and you can enter any value over here, and it will quickly change the necessary value from here. Okay, so similarly for different expenses that we have over here, you can simply click on the budget amount and put in any value, and it will automatically update. Okay, so likewise, if you go for the income, we have like estimated for an income of let's say $1,500, and we have earned $1,850, so that has exceeded the budgeted amount. So I'm just changing it to let's say $5,000. So once you change this, it will automatically update and reflect the estimated amount of income for each of the head. So this is how you can track your total budgeted income and expenses for the specific period, and learn more about this. Okay, so one thing to understand over here is that once you click on any of these properties, it will open up all the necessary properties that we have associated with this. Okay, so like over here you are not able to see the budgeted amount. So what you need to do over here is you can just click on this 31 more properties, which we do not need to do, and simply search for the budgeted amount. Okay, so you can see that this budgeted amount is getting reflected, and you can tap over here and edit any values. Okay, I just wanted to add this. If you are not able to find these values when you are feeding in the details over here, it may come as hidden to you. So this is how you can edit these values once clicking over here. Okay, so now we are going to move further and see more about this personal finance tracker. Now we're going to understand how we're going to set up specific funds for savings in our personal finances. So in order to do that, first of all, we need to navigate to the account section under the get started view. Over here you can go to the asset part, because any kind of savings that you're doing will form a part of the asset. So as you can see, I have created an education fund, which is again classified as a savings. So any kind of savings that you are doing, you need to classify it under the savings category. So just to give a quick overview, I'm adding a new saving over here. So I'm just click on this new button, and I'll put maybe for my car fund. Okay, so I'm just going to save some money to buy a car. So I'm putting a car fund. It doesn't have any opening balance. Okay, and I need to classify it as a saving. Okay, so I'm just putting savings over here, so it reflects the savings category, and there is I will not put any payment frequency for this, so I'll just select as it is. As soon as I add this, you will find that it is already coming under the savings category, okay, which was not getting reflected earlier. So now what I need to do is I need to start adding transactions for this savings in specific. So in order to get an updated overview of how much I have saved so far and how much was my goal amount, okay. So you can see one thing over here, that this education fund is reflecting the goal amount over here under the savings category, and it is reflecting the total amount of savings that we have done so far, okay. And we can also see a total savings in percentage indicated over here, but we do not see the same value for this car fund. Why is that so? Because we need to click on edit, and you will find the goal amount getting reflected over here, okay. So you can click over here and you can specify any goal that you have for this car fund. So I'm just specifying, let's say $1,200. So I'm specifying 1200 over here. So now it got properly reflected, and the percentage and the value is getting reflected as well. So now we're going to understand how we're going to add in transactions related to the savings, and we're going to understand how it is getting updated over here. Now we're going to understand how we're going to set up specific funds for savings in our personal finances. So in order to do that, first of all, we need to navigate to the account section under the get started view. Over here you can go to the asset part, because any kind of savings that you're doing will form a part of the asset. So as you can see, I have created an education fund, which is again classified as a savings. So any kind of savings that you are doing, you need to classify it under the savings category. So just to give a quick overview, I'm adding a new saving over here. So I'm just click on this new button, and I'll put maybe for my car fund, okay. So I'm just going to save some money to buy a car. So I'm putting a car fund. It doesn't have any opening balance, okay, and I need to classify it as a saving, okay. So I'm just putting savings over here, so it reflects the savings category, and there is I will not put any payment frequency for this, so I'll just select as it is. As soon as I add this, you will find that it is already coming under the savings category, okay, which was not getting reflected earlier. So now what I need to do is I need to start adding transactions for this savings in specific. So in order to get an updated overview of how much I have saved so far and how much was my goal amount, okay. So you can see one thing over here, that this education fund is reflecting the goal amount over here under the savings category, and it is reflecting the total amount of savings that we have done so far, okay. And we can also see a total savings in percentage indicated over here, but we do not see the same value for this car fund. Why is that so? Because we need to click on edit, and you will find the goal amount getting reflected over here, okay. So you can click over here and you can specify any goal that you have for this car fund. So I'm just specifying, let's say $1,200. So I'm specifying 1200 over here. So now it got properly reflected, and the percentage and the value is getting reflected as well. So now we're going to understand how we're going to add in transactions related to the savings, and we're going to understand how it is getting updated over here. In order to start adding transactions related to savings, we need to navigate to the assets section under the transactions, as all savings are related to assets. So I'm specifying a new transaction altogether. So I'm just selecting a new transaction, and I need to feed in the details. So let's say I'm putting savings towards my car fund, okay. So I'll just type car fund savings, something like this. Then I'll select the necessary account related to the savings. So I'll just click over here and select car fund from the account that I just added. So I'll select car fund. Then I'll go to the payment mode. So I'm just paying for this through my bank account, okay. And any kind of savings that you're doing, so this means the money is flowing out of your account to the savings account, okay. So this is really an outflow transaction, as the money is going out of your bank account and it is getting added to the saving account. We follow the same principle for education fund, as you can see over here. So I'll click on this and I'll select on outflow, okay, and then I'll put the amount over here. So let's say I'm specifying $100. So now this $100 will be reflected in the car fund, as you can see over here, and it is 8% of the total goal amount that we had set, okay. So just to give a quick overview, let's say I'm putting $600 over here. So $600 is 50% of the total $1,200, okay. So this is how you can put the savings into your transactions, and you can get an updated view under the savings section. If you're wondering why is this not having an icon getting displayed, as you can see under the education fund, you can also quickly set it up. So I'll just click on this edit view, and I'll click on this document icon that is getting displayed. So I'll click on this, it will open up the icons panel. So I'll just click on the icon and I'll click on car over here, and it will automatically pull up a car icon. So I'll click on this car. Now we all together have a new fund set up in the name of car fund, and we just I just explained like how you enter the transaction related to savings, okay. I hope this explanation was clear, and let's explore further in this personal finance tracker. Now we're going to understand how we can set up the bills for our payment and explore more on this. So again, we need to go to the account section under the get started view, and under the expenses we need to specify our bills. As you can see, I've added two expenses which have the bills as the classification, and I've set the payment frequency as well. So I'll just quickly show you how you can add an expense as a bill over here. So I'll click on new over here. So let's say I'm adding Wi-Fi bills, okay, just as an example. There is no opening balance for this expense. Then I'll put it classification under the bills, and then I'll put a payment frequency of monthly. So this means I'm going to pay my Wi-Fi bill on a monthly basis, which are classified under the bill section, under the bills classification, okay. So now we're going to see how we can set up all the transactions related to bill payments, and then we're going to explore more on the summary section on how we are going to get an overview of the total bills, okay. Once we have set up the necessary accounts for the bills, we are going to navigate to the expense part under the transactions in order to enter the bill payment details. As you can see, I've already entered two bills, so we're going to specify the date, the description for that, and then we're going to specify the necessary account for the bill and the payment mode, and the transaction would be the outflow because we are paying the money in order to pay the bills, so it is an outflow mode of transaction, and we can specify the amount over here. Once we do this, we can navigate to the bills part under the summary section, and over here we have two different payment status getting reflected, that is the upcoming payment and the past payment. This is similar to the debt payment that we discussed earlier. Just to explain once again, all the bills that are getting reflected under the upcoming payments mean the next payment is due after the current date that we have. So all this date that is getting reflected over here is like the next payment date what we are expecting. So for the utilities bills, we are expecting it to pay next on September 17, and this had a payment frequency of monthly that was set. So this means on August 17 was the last payment that we had made over here, okay. So if you want to check, you can go to this and you can see that on August 17 we had paid for the utilities, which was the last payment. Similarly, for groceries we had paid $80 on a weekly basis. The last payment was made on August 20, so it is showing on past payments. This means it is expecting us to make a payment on August 27, as it is a weekly mode of payment. Since we have not entered anything on August 27, it is not getting reflected. Now if you are changing this to monthly basis, you can see that it got updated to the upcoming payment section, because I had made the last payment of grocery on August 20 and I am expecting to pay it again on September 20 in the next month, okay. So it is now getting reflected on upcoming payments. Wi-Fi bills was what we added recently. Since we have not entered any transaction, there is no date getting reflected over here. Let's say I'm just entering a new transaction over here. So let's say I'm putting maybe August 15 over here, okay, and then I'm adding the Wi-Fi bill over here. So I'm just putting Wi-Fi as the account. As soon as I put it displays that, then I'm going to select the bank as the mode of payment, okay, and it is going to be an outflow transaction of type, okay. So I'm just adding, let's say, $100 to the Wi-Fi bill, okay. So we have paid on August 15, so it should definitely show us September 15 as the next date of payment, as we had set the Wi-Fi bill on a monthly basis. So it is reflecting under upcoming payment. As you can see, it is showing Wi-Fi bill under upcoming payments, and the next payment due is September 15, okay. This is the total amount that has been paid so far. So this is how you can track all your bill payments. So any past payments are the payments that have been made in the past and have not been paid so far within the intermediary period, and the upcoming payments are the payments which are falling beyond the current date that we have over here, okay. This is how you will be able to track all your bill payments. Now we're going to see more about this personal finance tracker, and I'll explain about subscription and net worth now. Now we're going to discuss how you can track your subscriptions that you have taken so far. So again, we'll navigate to the account section under the get started, and we can specify all the expenses that have a subscription to it. So as you can see, I've specified Netflix over here, and I've classified that as subscription. So you can see the 4 different classifications that we have discussed. Then I've put the payment frequency to annual mode, okay. So just to give a quick overview, you can click on new. You can put any kind of subscription. So let's say I'm putting maybe Amazon, okay, and there is no opening balance, so I'll put it under subscription, and then I'll put the payment frequency, let's say to quarterly, okay. So I have a new subscription Amazon, which is payment which is paid on a quarterly basis. So So now let's see how you can track the subscription payments and what you can make of it. Okay, so we'll look into the transaction section first to understand how we can put the subscription details, and then we'll navigate to the summary section to understand further. Now we're going to look how we can add our subscription expenses in the transaction section. So I'm under expenses view under transactions, and we're going to quickly add the Amazon subscription that we just added right now. So I'm going to select a specific date. So let's say I'm selecting August 17. So today's date is August 30. I'm selecting August 17, and then I'm maybe adding, let's say, Amazon subscription. Okay, and I'm quickly going to select the account as Amazon over here. So I'm going to select Amazon for the account that I just added. Then I'll select the payment mode as bank. So maybe I've made the payment in bank. Okay, and then I'm going to quickly select the transaction type. So this will be outflow transaction as it's an expense. So the money is going out of account. So I'll select outflow over here. Then I'll put in the amount over here. So let's say I'm just putting $120. Okay. So now we are going to see how it is getting reflected under the subscription view under summary. So again, over here we have the similar approach that we followed for bills and debt. So it is upcoming payments and the past payment. Upcoming payments are those where the due date of the payment for the next payment is beyond the current date. So today's date is like 30th of August. So you can see that the payments that are there in the future are on August 17, 2024, and then September 17, 2023. Okay. So both these subscription have different payment frequencies. So one is set on annual basis, one is set on monthly basis. Since the last payment for this Netflix was made on August 17, 2023, so which you can see over here. So Netflix was made on August 17, 2023. So it is expecting the next payment to come on August 17, 2024. Okay. And similarly for Amazon, we have just made a payment for August 17, 2023, and there is a monthly payment frequency. So it is expecting the next payment to come on September 17. Okay. So if you just click over here and change the frequency to any other mode, let's say I'm changing it to weekly basis. Now it is getting reflected in the past payment because it is expecting another payment to come on August 24 after the last payment was done. So we have not made any transaction over here on August 24. That is the reason it is reflecting on the past payments. So again, you can just look over here and assess whether any payments are due which you have not paid for any subscription, and also you can get a quick view of the subscription status over here as well. Okay. In case you are not able to see the subscription status of a newly added account, you can just click on this pencil icon and it will reflect subscription status over here. So you can just click on this and you can select the subscription status for the subscription. This is how you're going to check on all the subscriptions related to your finances, and let's move ahead and discuss further. Once we have created the transactions related to everything starting from income and expenses towards till the end of the subscription, now it's time to track our net worth. So net worth is nothing but the difference between the assets and the liabilities that you have at the end of the transactions for the financial year. So in order to get started, first of all we need to navigate to the net worth goal section. Here you will specify how much of net worth that you have in your mind to achieve by the end of the financial year. So I've just specified 7,000. So you can just quickly click on this and change this value as per will and wish. So let's say we are changing this to $10,000. Okay, just to give a quick reference. So my net worth goal was $10,000, and if you navigate to the net worth section under the summary, it reflects everything in one glance. So here we have like the net worth goal as $10,000, and then we have the total net worth as 4330. So this is nothing but the difference between the assets less liabilities after all transactions have been entered. So if you go to the finances section, you will see that the total asset is 5630 and the liability is 1300. So this the difference between both is 4330. Okay. So that is getting reflected over here, and the difference is how much you are lagging behind in your net worth goal from the current net worth position. So this is 5670. This is nothing but the total net worth less total net worth goal less the total net worth that you have achieved. Okay, and then we have a percentage over here, which is nothing but the total net worth divided by the net worth goal. So it reflects the total amount of net worth goal that you achieved so far. Okay. Then we have a total growth section. This is nothing but the closing net worth less the opening net worth. So the closing net worth is getting reflected over here, and to find the opening net worth we need to see the account section. If you remember, under the account section we had specified all the assets and liabilities, and we had also given the opening balances to each. Okay, so just to give a quick reference, like the total opening asset balance was 1900 and the liability was 900. Difference between both was 1000. Okay, and we have now reached to 4330. So we have had a growth of 3330 from 1000. So as soon as you change something over here, it will also get reflected everywhere. So let's say I'm changing it from 700 to maybe 800. Okay, so the opening balance is also getting changed. So this is 2900 right now, and this will also get reflected within some time, as it takes some time to update. Okay, so this is how you can track your net worth status. So we have covered everything that we needed to discuss for this personal finance tracker. Now there are some few key points that I want to discuss along with this to make it more clear on how you can access this and how you can use this. So let's discuss those points. So now we have covered up the entire discussion on how you can track your finances in this personal finance tracker. This section is dedicated to the couples who are looking to track their finances using this system. So if you're not interested in this, you can definitely skip this section. So being a couple, what you can do is under the account section, you can simply split different categories of accounts that have been added under each head as per a different account. So let's say we have got salary over here. What I can do is I can just simply type in salary by him, which denotes salary earned by one person, and then I can maybe put side hustle by her. Okay, in this way I'm denoting that this is earned by one individual and this is earned by another individual. Okay, so you can split all the different accounts that you have over here for expenses, income, or any assets or liabilities, or anything that we just discussed so far from starting till the end, as per the different accounts for the two individuals, and then you can simply keep track of everything that how we have discussed so far. Okay, so for a couple, this dashboard is also equally applicable, and they can easily track everything from all the finances to all the needs, and they can keep a track of all the things that they have in hand. Okay, so this is all that I had to discuss in this setup. So let's look at some of the common FAQs that you might have in your mind. So now we have covered up the entire discussion on how you can track your finances in this personal finance tracker. This section is dedicated to the couples who are looking to track their finances using this system. So if you're not interested in this, you can definitely skip this section. So being a couple, what you can do is under the account section, you can simply split different categories of accounts that have been added under each head as per a different account. So let's say we have got salary over here. What I can do is I can just simply type in salary by him, which denotes salary earned by one person, and then I can maybe put side hustle by her. Okay, in this way I'm denoting that this is earned by one individual and this is earned by another individual. Okay, so you can split all the different accounts that you have over here for expenses, income, or any assets or liabilities, or anything that we just discussed so far from starting till the end, as per the different accounts for the two individuals, and then you can simply keep track of everything that how we have discussed so far. Okay, so for a couple, this dashboard is also equally applicable, and they can easily track everything from all the finances to all the needs, and they can keep a track of all the things that they have in hand. Okay, so this is all that I had to discuss in this setup. So let's look at some of the common FAQs that you might have in your mind. Another thing that I just quickly wanted to add over here before we wrap up this entire discussion and look into FAQs is, if you go under this finances in summary view, you have like all income, expenses, assets and liabilities. But how about you just want to see all the transactions related to salary? Let's say there are a lot of transactions over here and you do not want to go to the specific section to see the specific income. For example, if I am under the income, what I can do is I can definitely click on this account and filter it only for salary. So it will only show me all the transactions related to salary. Okay, so instead of doing this, what I can do is you can just click on any of the income that you want to track, or for that matter any of the account over here. So I'm just going to show an example for salary. So I'll click on salary. As soon as you click on this, it will open up a window on the right side, and if you scroll down, so I'm just quickly deleting this to show you what I wanted to show you. So let me just quickly delete this. So I'm just quickly deleting this. Okay, I'm just clearing up everything that is there in this view. So what you will see over here is you will see a view transactions which will appear at the bottom. Okay, so for any new account that will add for any of this under any of the head, you will see a view transactions that will appear on the bottom. Okay, just below all the properties. Once you click on this, it will automatically populate all the transactions related to the specific account that you just added. Okay, so over here you can see that it is only showing us the transactions related to salary. Okay, so just to give you another example, if I'm going to the side hustle, okay, I'm going now navigating to the side hustle window, you can see that there is nothing reflected on the side hustle. So once I click on this, it will automatically show me all transactions that are related and associated to side hustle only. Okay, so this is just a quick guidance on how you can track all the specific transactions related to particular account and not go through all the transactions that we have over here to maybe have a quick look on whatever has happened with the personal finances. So I hope this will also help you out. So you can just simply click on any of the account which is being newly added or any existing account and click on this view transactions. Okay, it will automatically add all the transactions related to specific account that we have opened up. So now let's look at the FAQs part and understand more about this template. So before we wrap up this entire discussion, I wanted to highlight a few things. First of all, if you're wondering, is the template available on all devices? Yes, it is indeed available on all devices, including all smartphones, tablets and laptops. So it supports iOS, Android, Windows and Mac OS system as well. For your reference, I will be putting a video of how it will appear on your smartphone underneath somewhere in this video, so you can have a look at this. So it is indeed available on all devices. The next thing is that if you are wondering, do you need to pay anything extra in addition to the current price of the template? So the answer is no. Notion is completely a free tool to use. You just need to sign up with an existing email ID and you can start using this system altogether for free. There is no extra charges involved if you are looking to buy this template. Notion has a paid plan as well, so if you are looking to know the features about it, you can definitely visit the website and know more about it. But to answer your question in brief, you do not need to pay anything in extra to the existing price of the template. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about is if you're wondering, is it available on multiple currencies? Notion in itself supports a lot of currencies. Just to give you a quick overview, I can show you how it works. So basically, in order to change your currency from dollar to anything else that you're looking out for, what you need to do is you need to look out for everything that has a dollar sign associated to it. So currently I'm under transactions and expenses view, and I'm going to click over here and I will see the edit property option. So over here you can see the number format is set as US dollars. You can just click on this and you'll find a lot of options for how you can change the currency. So I'm just quickly changing it to something maybe euro. Okay, so as I change it to euro, you can see that it is automatically updating everything into euros. Okay, so you need to do this on all the views that you have over here. So let's see, I'm going to net worth. So I'll be clicking over here and then I will be finding wherever anything has a dollar sign associated to it. So I can see this has a dollar sign, so I'll click on this, I'll click on edit property, I'll go to the number format and then I will change it to euro. As soon as I do that, everything gets updated to euro. So I will put a link in the description as well, somewhere in the description, where you can find the currency that is being supported by Notion. So it does support multiple currencies and you can take the benefit out of it. So I hope I have cleared everything that might have been there on your mind. If you have any more questions on this, you can definitely reach out to me at notionformyuse@gmail.com. I'll be more than happy to answer all your questions on that. And besides this, I just wanted to give a quick insight where I will be on the fact that I will be adding 2 more editions of this existing template. So this template is designed for individuals who are looking to track their personal finances. I will be adding 2 more templates. One is for the freelancers and one is for the businesses who are trying to use Notion to manage their accounting. So for the freelancers, you will have the flexibility of adding clients as well as other necessary tools that you are looking to manage your businesses, like invoicing, any resources or meetings and scheduling, different managing important dates for your business, all these things. And for the business edition, we will have the Teams features available as over there, so you will be able to manage your manage your employees over there who will be working on different projects, and all these things will be added up. So stay tuned on this template. I'll be posting necessary updates in the time to come. But for now, this is all that I had to discuss for this template. I hope it was helpful to you, and let me know if you have any questions. I'll be looking forward to it. Thank you. Have a great day.